In this SwiftUI tutorial, you will learn to build a photo picker and image rotator. You'll integrate UI kit components, handle gestures, and apply animation for the UI. To use the photo picker, the user clicks on the Select Image button, and then they can select the photo they want to assign to their view. For example, if I select Tom and Jerry, that will be assigned as the selected photo. And if it was rotated incorrectly, you can change the rotation by clicking on the plus or the minus. Click on the minus or the plus buttons to align your image. So this is the functionality we're operating. So create a new SwiftUI project as usual. Within your content view, import UI kit. And the purpose of importing UI kits is because we'll be using UI View Controller representable to enable the photo library function to be available. Next thing we need to do is to add some state variables after line 11. At state private var selected image UI image question mark. That means the image can be optional. At state private var is image picker presented bool equals false. So that just shows and hides the image picker. At gesture state private var rotation angle equal to dot degrees 0. At state private var final rotation angle equal to dot degrees 0. So lines 15 and 16 just enables the photo to be rotated from left to right. UI kit, that should be small I on lines 9. Next thing we need to do is to add our navigation view, line 19. So we can delete everything from lines 20 to 23. And then add our navigation view. Delete the padding, and then within the navigation view, add a V stack, And then the next thing we need to add is the Z stack. And now we have to create a placeholder for the image, so that when we select the image will be within the placeholder. Rounded rectangle corner radius 10 dot fill color dot gray opacity 0.2 dot frame width 200 height 200. And now we need to check that the image is not nil, so we have to do safe unwrapping. So type in if let image is equal to selected image. So if the image is available, image UI image. So if it's available, place the image into the image component so that it's displayable on the screen. Got resizable, got the scale to fit, got frame, width 200, and the height 200. So that's the maximum size of the frame for the image. Dot rotation effect. Final rotation angle plus rotation angle. And what this line does, it will rotate the image within the component, and then it will align it to the degrees that you state when you're pressing the plus and the minus button. Dot gesture rotation gesture dot updating dollar sign rotation angle. And then within our closure, we need to do the following, provide the following values, which is value and rotation angle. In rotation angle with the value. On edited value in final rotation angle concatenate value, so increment the final rotation value. Increment the final rotation angle using the value variable. And next thing we need to do is, when no image has not been selected, we need to display a message. Let the user know that no image has been selected. No image selected. Got font. Got headline. Got foreground color. Got grey. And that should be an A, not an E for grey. And then on line 54, just add dot padding. The next thing we need to do is to create our rotation button using a H-stack. Spacing 10. First button that we will create is to decrease the rotation angle. So it's button, action, final rotation angle, minus equals what degrees. So it rotates every 5 degrees. And then for the caption of the button, we'll be using the minus circle of the system image. So just type in image, system name, minus circle, dot font, dot title, dot foreground color, dot blue. And then we need to add a label for that section, which is for rotation of the image. So to type in text, rotation image, button, action, final rotation angle, plus equals Got degrees, 5. And then we need to use another system name image. So we can copy the previous one that we've done and then just paste it here and then change the system image name to plus instead of using minus. Got padding, got horizontal, so the next thing we need to do now is to create the button that will open the image picker. We type in the following: button, action, is image picker presented, dot toggle, and then we need to use another system image, but we need to put a H stack first. We type in H stack, and then within the H stack, apply your system image, which is photo, on, dot, rectangle, delete lines 88, and then type in text, select image, dot padding, and then after line 91, type the following: dot background, rounded rectangle, corner, radius, pen, dot fill color, blue, dot foreground color, dot white. There is an error here, rounded rectangle. I've forgotten to include the L for rectangle at the end. Rounded rectangle. The path shouldn't be there. And this should be, that should be corner radius. Corner radius. Let's run it just to see what it looks like. and if it compiles. It's trying to run at the moment. Okay, so let's see what happens now. So at the moment we're not calling the image picker. That's why it doesn't come up. So let's add some more code. Background, do the radius. After line 94, we need to add some padding to make the UI a little bit more neater. And then everything else is spaced out a little bit more equally. Got sheet is presented. This is what will display the image picker when we create it. When it's presented, if this is true, if the image picker contains the boolean value true, then the image picker will be presented. Let's add a little comment here for the image picker. And then after line 100, add a spacer. And add a navigation bar title. Photo picker. Display mode. Got large. And then add some more padding underneath the navigation bar. Let's run it again. Both the image picker won't be displayable in any way because we haven't added the code to do that as yet. But we're just making sure that the UI is a little bit neater. So it's just like trying to compile and run now. As you can see, the UI is much neater because we added the padding and the spaces. You can click on the button, but the image picker is not displayable if we haven't implemented it as yet. So yeah, next week we'll be implementing the image picker so that you can select your images that you want to be displayed on your view. But we can delete the preview as well if we're not using it. within SwiftUI. Continuing from last week, we need to add an image picker view. So to do that, right click anywhere on your project, for example your content view, and then select new file. Next thing we need to do is to select a Swift file, and then name the file image picker. Import SwiftUI. Now we need to create a struct. Type in struct image picker. And it will inherit from UI view controller representable. And the purpose of inheriting from UI view controller representable for the view controller is so that we can use this view controller within SwiftUI, so that when the user clicks on the button, the image picker is displayed, which is the UI. Now we need to add two binding variables. Binding bar selected image, UI image, that binding bar is image picker presented. Bool. The purpose of using the binding variables is because the binding variables is shared by the content view. As seen here, as you can see, within the content view on line 13, we have selected image, which is here, and we also have is image picker presented, which is here. So these two variables will be communicating with the bindable variables, the binding variables, which are these two, selected image and is image picker presented. Next thing we need to do is to create and configure an instance of the UI image picker controller. So type in func make UI view controller, and then for the return type it will be UI image picker controller. Let image picker equals UI image picker controller. Create an instance of that. Image picker delegate equals context coordinator. Set the coordinator as a delegate. Return image picker. Coordinator, is that spelled correctly? Let's do it again, coordinator. Let image picker equals UI image picker controller. Looks like it's right. I'll see at the end. The next function we need to add is a function signature for the protocols. So we just need to type in func update UI view controller. Although we're not using this protocol method, it's needed within Swift for the image picker. Next thing we need to do is to create or make a coordinator object. And the return type will be coordinator. Coordinator self. And now we need to create a class called coordinator. And the purpose of this class is to coordinate and handle the delegate methods of the UI image picker controller. Class. No, that should be on line or after line 28. That should be after line 26 because it's within the image picker struct. Class coordinator NS object UI navigation controller delegate UI image picker controller delegate. Let parent image picker and the purpose of line 13 is to reference the image picker struct. Init self.parent equals parent. So that init method will initialize the private parent instance object or object variable of image picker. Func image picker controller picker UI image picker controller did finish picking media with info and then we pass in the UI image picker controller info key from the dictionary. Any UI image picker controller let's try and fix it this way. UI image picker controller seems like that's incorrect. So it's UI. Oh, I know what it is. I missed out the parameter label, which is info. That should be here. Still showing an error. UI image picker controller. I know what the problem is. I missed out an I. There should be two I's, another I there. UI image picker controller info key. And that shouldn't be private. Yeah. It wants a label. Let's see if that fits anything. Now I just try and compile it. Compiles. Next thing we need to do is to grab the selected image. Type in if let image equals info dot original image. Cast it as a UI image. And also make sure that it's not nil. So if the image exists, was retrieved from the photo picker, selected image equals to image, parent dot is image picker presented equals false. So that will dismiss or hide the image picker on line 42. And then our final method is to add the did cancel delegate of the image picker. So that is function image picker did cancel. So if the user decides they no longer want to use the image picker will be dismissed. Parent dot is image picker presented. It's not presented equals false. So that will dismiss the image picker. And now we need to go back to the content view. And then within the content view, where we made the comments on line 99, we need to supply the arguments to the image picker struct. So we need to type in image picker selected image, which is your bindable selected image variable, and is image picker presented, which is $ is image picker presented. So now that should show the image picker when we run it. Let's see if it works. I'll select an image. It's not working. Oh yeah, it is working. I'll do it again just to make sure. I'll select an image. It displays. So let's stop it and run it again, just to make sure that it is working correctly. Select an image. Seems a little bit slow. Let me do it again. Select an image. I think it's the simulator. It's a bit slow. Do it again. Click on select image. So now select an actual image. Select the flowers, the roses, I think. And then it's displayed within the content view. If it was aligned incorrectly, we can change or fix the alignment by clicking on the minus or plus sign as it rotates. It's straight, it's 180 degrees, so that's neat. And that's the image picker. Thank you for joining us. If you found this tutorial helpful, please comment, like and subscribe. See you next week.